There are stories that entertain. There are stories that teach. And then, there are stories that touch the soul. Today, we bring you one such story. A real incident from the life of Gautam Buddha. A story that holds the power to transform how you deal with anger, insults, and ego. This is the story of the angry man and the Buddha. And once you hear it, you may never look at anger the same way again. The Wisdom Path presents The Angry Man and Buddha, a life-changing story on ego and peace. Long ago, in the heart of ancient India, the land echoed with the footsteps of a man who had left behind a kingdom, a prince who had walked away from power, wealth, and family, to find a truth that was greater than the world could offer. That man was Gautam Buddha. Everywhere he went, people gathered to listen. His words were not loud or forceful, but they carried deep power, a peaceful kind of power. He taught that suffering could end, that peace was possible, and that everything begins and ends within the human mind. But not everyone understood him, and not everyone liked him. In a small village along the path of Buddha's journey, there lived a man who was full of anger. He was not a bad man by nature, but his mind was clouded. He had heard things, rumors, from people who didn't understand Buddha. They say he is misleading people. He speaks against tradition. He is dangerous to our way of life. The angry man believed them. He never listened to Buddha himself, but he already hated him. And so, when he heard that Buddha was coming to his village the next morning, he decided, I will face this man. I will expose him. I will insult him in front of everyone. He prepared his words like weapons, sharp, angry, filled with ego. The next morning, Buddha arrived at the village with a calm smile. His disciples walked behind him. The villagers gathered with curiosity, and standing in the center was the angry man, waiting. As Buddha came closer, the man stepped forward and shouted, "You are a fake, a fraud. You speak nonsense. You mislead people with your soft words and foolish ideas." Everyone stopped. The village grew silent. The disciples looked at the man with shock. Some of them clenched their fists. How dare someone insult the enlightened one? But Buddha stood still. He did not look angry. He did not look hurt. He simply looked at the man with gentle eyes and stayed silent. The man shouted again, "Ah! Are you deaf? I am insulting you. Don't you hear me?" Still, Buddha said nothing. The angry man's voice grew louder. His face turned red. But the more he shouted, the calmer Buddha appeared. Eventually, the man stopped, his breath heavy, his eyes confused. He asked, "Why do you not reply? Why are you silent? Don't you feel insulted?" Buddha looked into the man's eyes and smiled gently, and then he spoke. "If someone offers you a gift, and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man was surprised. He thought for a moment and replied, "It remains with the one who offered it." Buddha nodded slowly. "In the same way," he said, "you have offered me anger, insult, and hate. I do not accept them, so they remain with you." The man stood in silence. His anger suddenly felt heavy in his own hands. His voice felt foolish. He looked down and realized what had happened. The crowd around them was silent. No one moved. No one spoke. The words of Buddha were still echoing in the air. "You have offered me anger. I do not accept it. It remains with you." For a moment, time itself seemed to pause. The angry man stood with his fists loose now. His face no longer red with rage, but pale with realization. Something had shifted, not outside, but inside. He opened his mouth, but no words came out. The shouting had stopped, not just in his voice, but in his heart. He looked into the eyes of the Buddha, calm, steady, gentle, and saw no trace of hatred, no desire to win, no pride. He saw something else, something he had never experienced before: peace. A peace so deep, so steady, that even his anger bowed before it. For the first time, the man felt ashamed, not because Buddha defeated him, but because he had defeated himself. He had let his mind become a battlefield. And yet, Buddha had not fought back. He had simply not participated in the war. Later that day, the angry man came to Buddha again, but this time, not with shouts. This time, he came with folded hands and lowered eyes. "Master," he said softly, "I am sorry. I insulted you. I tried to harm you with my words, and you gave me wisdom instead." Buddha replied with the same calm smile. "No one harms me, friend. People only reveal what is within themselves." The man was quiet. "I believed what others said about you," he admitted. "I never tried to know you myself." Buddha gently said, "That is the way of the world. We believe quickly. We judge quickly. But when we look within, truth becomes clear." Then he added, "Just as a mirror shows your face, silence reveals your soul." And that, dear listener, is the true power of this story. This story is not just about an angry man and a peaceful monk. It's about all of us. We all carry anger. We all carry ego. And many times, we wait for someone to say something wrong, just so we can explode. But Buddha teaches us, you do not have to accept every word spoken to you. You do not have to carry every insult that is thrown at you. You can choose silence. You can choose peace. You can choose to let go. Let's take a moment to reflect. Think about a time when someone insulted you. What happened inside your mind? Your heart beat faster. Your face grew hot. Maybe your hands shook. And then you replied, loudly, angrily, defensively. And after all of it, did it make you feel better? Or did it just add more fire to your pain? Now, imagine if you had stayed silent. If you had walked away, calmly. If you had done what Buddha did. Would the world collapse? Would the insult harm you? Only if you accepted it. You see, the mind is like a room. You decide what to allow inside. Buddha once said, "Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intention of throwing it at someone else. But you are the one who gets burned." Read that again. Slowly. Every time you carry anger, you are holding fire inside yourself. The person you are angry at may not even care, but you are the one suffering. You are the one staying awake at night. You are the one burning from inside. So what's the solution? Let go. Let go of the hot coal. Let go of the anger. Let go of the need to reply to every insult. That is true strength. At the Wisdom Path, we believe that the stories of the past are not just old memories. They are living guidance for our present. The story of the angry man and Buddha reminds us that peace does not come from outside. It comes from how you respond inside. So the next time someone tries to hurt you with words, remember this story. Smile gently and walk away with dignity, not defeat. Thank you for walking with us on the Wisdom Path today. If this story touched your heart, please consider subscribing to our channel, sharing this video with someone who needs peace, commenting below with your thoughts or experience with anger. Until next time, be still, be kind, be wise.